Hey, Colleen here with Usborne Books and More. I want to share with you some things that you should take with you when you go meet with a director at a preschool. One thing we have in the Order Pro office supplies are these great Usborne file folders. I really like them, and they're a great way to display the materials. And you can give this to the director, and they can put it actually in their file system. So it's wonderful. And what I do is in the top, I put my contact information. That is the sticker I put on the back of the catalog, so that never comes off. And then inside I do enclose a business card just in case. And then one thing that we have is called the educational brochure, and this is wonderful. Whether you're an EC or not, you can purchase this in our Order Pro, and it has an overview about our books, about all our programs, so Cards for a Cause, Literacy for a Lifetime, Reach for the Stars, our book fairs. It talks about state standards and other things about our books and the difference about our library bindings and all sorts of stuff. So these are a great resource I like to include. And then you can order these. These are kind of like the Scholastic order forms that they would send home with kids. We have them available in different levels. So this would be the early education one. And it just shows people can order directly from this and turn in an order that way. So this is an option since a lot of them are familiar with the system of Scholastic in case this is something they want to do in addition to having an actual book fair. Or they can do this instead of. There's many different options to do a book fair. And then you also want to include a catalog. I like to include an educational catalog just because it's a little more professional, but if you don't have that, don't worry. Just do the most recent catalog that you do have and put that in there. So then when I meet with her or him, first thing I want to do is make sure that I come alone, I don't have my children with me, and that I've dressed professionally. And then I will go ahead and go through the contents of this folder with them and share our programs that we have. I do bring paper to take notes with as well. Some things I also do is show them the books. And I have a selection of my favorite books for preschools. I'm sure you have your own, but some I like to bring are the Muddle and Match books. We have the Slide and See one. I Want to Be an Astronaut. I'm a Hungry Dinosaur. Lift the Flap Shapes. Any of these beginner readers are excellent. This is just a fun one for teachers may want to use in their class. Story Path, love this book. And then something like this, a lot of teachers teach a language, and so that's a great resource. So any books that you love, that you're passionate about, really was ones you want to bring. And then I'll bring a sample of my Cards for Cause box in case they are interested in doing a fundraiser. So I will go in and introduce them. I'll probably, if they're not familiar with Usborne books, I'll show them the books first, get them excited, and then I'll talk about the programs and lead into that. One thing you do want to ask is talk to the director, listen, actively listen, and see, what are their goals? Are they wanting to earn some free books? Do they want to do the cash option? For more information, you can research that and how that works. When is a good time to the book fair? Is there an open house coming up or a family night where you can do it then? That's always a great time. Where would you set up? Would you be in a hallway? Would you be in a room? Something to talk about. You can also give them choices on ways to do a book fair, or if you already have in mind what you want to do, present that to them. There are different book fairs you can do. You can do just a purely online. You just give them the website and people shop online. That's not going to be as effective. That's one way. You can just do the flyer, where you have the flyer that you send home with the kids, which I showed you earlier, and they turn them in, you collect the orders, and you order the books. You can have an easy book fair where you set up a display table, and you maybe you can't get consignment because you're new or you don't want to get consignment. You can set up a display table of books as examples, and then you could have catalogs and order forms or these flyers there for them to fill out orders. Another option is you can, if you decide to get consignment, you can do that two ways. You can have an honor system where you can have the books out and you're not present, and then parents and people come by, put the books they want in a bag, and then either they leave money for it, either a check or credit card information, or you can invoice them and then they can take the books. So it depends on how you feel comfortable doing that. There is a video on that. And then You can also do a traditional book fair where you are there. And those are ones I like to do because they are a great way to meet the families and make those contacts. And the best time to be there is usually during pickup. If you're not going to be there for a family night or open house, you want to be there during pickup. So a good thing to ask the director is when do the kids get picked up normally? What are good hours where I would be here? And you want to talk to the director about blank. Again, think about your schedule. What's going to work for you? I've done week-long book fairs. I've done 3-day book fairs. It all depends on what you want to do. Also, do you want to come in early before pickup and do story time and go to each classroom and read a book every day? I've done that. I've also done where they just read one of my books and then I come later. It all depends on what you want for your schedule and what they want. So talk about that with the director, take notes, and then before you leave, definitely set a date because you want to leave with a date. And then you're going to make plans to come back, return. You're going to return with some catalogs and teacher wish lists, and then you'll come for the actual event. So it's so exciting. You will love doing preschool book fairs. So go out and make those appointments so you can meet with those directors. All right?